faces today and walked out onto the national stage, determined to show they are nothing like the derogatory terms used to describe them.
My name is Essence Carson, and I'm a junior student athlete here at Rutgers University.
She plays 5 instruments.
Good morning, my name is Brittany Ray.
She is studying to become a doctor.
Good morning, my name's Katie Adams.
She's a high school valedictorian.
Proud member of the Rutgers women's basketball team.
It was good to hear.
With uncommon poise for students so young, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights described how they went from elation to outrage in the space of 24 hours, from playing in the college basketball championships to being humiliated on a national radio show.
Oh, some rough girls from Rutgers, man. They got tattoos.
Our moment was taken away. Our moment to celebrate our success. Our moment to realize how far we had come both on and off the court as young women.
Some hardcore hoes. That's some nappy-headed hoes there, I'm going to tell you that now.
Not only has Mr. Imus stolen a moment of pure grace from us, but he has brought us to the harsh reality that behind the faces of the networks that have worked so hard to convey a message of empowerment to young adults, that somehow, some way, the door has been left open to attack your leaders of tomorrow.
Just last week, these 10 girls were being hailed in the sports world as unlikely heroes. 5 freshmen, 5 upperclassmen, no seniors, had pulled off a first in Rutgers history, winning a Final Four game.
I really did not think in my wildest dreams that this team would be the one that would play for the national championship.
Their Hall of Fame coach, Vivian Stringer, brought the team from the bottom. She had been to the Final Four before, but the first time her infant daughter was stricken by meningitis, which has left her confined to a wheelchair ever since.
The second time was at the University of Iowa. My husband suddenly died to a heart attack. And that same year, I was to go to a Final Four. My heart has never been light in going to a Final Four.
This season, she thought it would be different. But it was clear today that some of her players are hurting. Half of them were in high school a year ago.
You know, I think this has scarred me for life.
Several of them said they were offended most, not as African Americans, but as women who maintain a 3.0 grade point average.
He said, quote, hoe. And unless, in my case, a hoe stands for achievement or something that you're getting done and you know that you're a wonderful person, then I'm not a hoe. And at that, I'm a woman and I'm someone's child.
The team says it will grant Imus's request for a face-to-face meeting as long as it's behind closed doors. And despite his multiple public apologies, they have not decided whether to forgive him.
It's not about they as black people or as nappy-headed. It's about us as a people, black, white, purple, or green.
The thought of him cleansing his image with this apology, this personal apology, has definitely crossed our minds. But we understand that this isn't the first time this has happened. This isn't the second time it's happened, and it sure isn't the third. So there must be a lot of cleansing that's going on.
Essence Carson is the team captain. She didn't take a position on whether Imus should lose his job, but she did have some creative ideas about how the networks could fill the airtime during his 2-week suspension. She shared those ideas before they headed back to class.
It could be highlights of Rutgers women's basketball games.
Nancy Cordes, CBS News, Piscataway, New Jersey.
Don Imus is a big moneymaker, bringing in hundreds of millions of advertising dollars every year with his radio show. And as financially appealing as he may be, he has a history of hurling insults at people because of their ethnicity, race, or sexual orientation. But he has never had to face this kind of reaction. We continue with Richard Schlesinger.
The Rutgers players now find themselves part of history, but not the part they probably wanted. Not as victors, but as victims of what a chorus of millions considers the latest display of racism.
We're always the last hired, the first fired. We're always the one, we have the highest crime, the worst schools. It's unfortunate in the richest country in the world, but those are the facts of reality.
Here's part of what Congresswoman Kilpatrick is talking about. The latest census figures show the median income for African-American households is almost $20,000 less than white households. Whites are about twice as likely than blacks to get a college degree, and the Justice Department says blacks are 5 times more likely than whites to go to jail.
Are we sensitive? You bet we are. We want good schools. We want opportunities and access to cash. We want advertising to depict who we really are.
Observers, both white and black, think Imus's comment was especially stinging because of